Welcome to Dayla's class, brought to you by Alondra, Sofia, and Carmen.
Plants begin their lives as seeds, which turn into roots. They eventually expand to leaves and flowers and even fruits. Plants make their own food using chlorophyll inside the cells of the leaves. Plants get their energy through the chemical process called photosynthesis. There are many factors that can determine the growth of a plant. Factors can include sunlight, the amount of water, or even the type of soil that the plant is in. Today you will be planting some seeds and you will be investigating what factors are best for plant growth. For this activity, you will need 2 plastic cups. You may use some more if you have some at home, a bag of soil, 3 snap pea seeds, 3 green bean seeds, and a pair of gloves that was provided for you. We will begin by opening your bag of soil. You will need to divide this equally into your cups so all your seeds get the same amount of soil. I am dividing my soil into 2 different cups. However, each of your seeds will have to be in its own individual cup. The reason for this is that we will be doing an experiment with them. You will need at least 1 control and 1 experiment. The leftover seed that you have from both groups can also be part of an experiment. So why do you have 2 different types of seeds? As you will find out later, different types of seeds or different plants need different conditions to grow the best. To find out what's the best condition for your plant to grow in, you will need to ask yourself the following question. How does blank affect how the plants grow? Blank could be filled in with various variables such as sunlight, water, or soil composition, just to name a few examples. If you choose sunlight as your variable, you will need a control in an experimental group. This should be consistent with your question. So if you chose sunlight, then your control group should be in the sun, while the experimental plant should be in the dark. To avoid any confusion, you might want to label your cups. That way you will be able to differentiate from your snap peas and your garden beans. I began with my garden beans. Using my finger, I will make a hole for my bean to go into. Your hole can be around ½ an inch to an inch deep. As a general rule, seeds should be planted at a depth that is 2 times the width or diameter of the seed. So if your seed is ½ an inch wide, then you would plant your seed about an inch deep. We will now be planting our snap peas, using the same steps that we used before for our garden beans. After you are done planting all your seeds, you may water them, but just a little bit. You don't want to drown your seeds. When you are done, you may start setting up your plants for your experiment. So if you're going to be testing out the amount of sunlight and how it affects the plant's growth, you will put your control in the sunlight and put your experimental plant in the shade. Let me know what your experimental variable will be. Comment below if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me today.